So this week we're going to talk a New Year reset, beginning 2026 feeling clear, grounded and aligned. The beginning of a new year often brings a lot of pressure. New habits, new goals, doing better, being better, changing everything at once. And while that can feel motivating for a moment, a lot of people actually start January feeling tired, scattered, or unsure of what they want. So today I want to offer something a little bit gentler. A New Year reset that can help you begin 2026 from a place of clarity, grounding, and alignment. Not pressure, overwhelm, or I should. So let's start with step 1. Take stock of where you are, gently. Before you set any goals, just take a moment to simply notice where you are right now. Without criticism or judgment, just honesty. Ask yourself, how does my body feel? Where is my mind sitting? Calm, cluttered, tired? What has supported me recently? What's drained me recently? And what do I truly want more of in the year ahead? Because awareness isn't judgment, it's information. And information leads to clarity. When we know better, we can do better. Step 2, release the pressure to change everything in January. Because January is not a deadline for a perfect life. It's the starting point for direction. You don't need to reinvent yourself. You don't need to overhaul your entire routine. You don't need to be a new you, perhaps just a more supported, more aligned you. Small steps always outperform big overhauls. Step 3, choose your 2026 feeling. Start with a feeling. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel more often in 2026? Perhaps it's calm. Maybe it's energized. Maybe it's confident, organized, lighter, more grounded. Choose what works for you. And then allow that feeling to become your compass. And allow decisions to be guided by that compass. Does the choice I'm going to make me towards the feeling I want or away from it? And that's an informed choice. Step 4, let your desired state guide your decisions. When you know how you want to feel, your next steps appear more clearly. If you recall from a previous episode, we talked about that bridge, the present state, the desired state. Your present state is where you're standing now. The desired state is the version of you that you're growing into. And that bridge between them is built from your strengths, that foundation of your strengths, even perhaps the ones you've forgotten. And instead of asking, what should I do? You could ask, what would the version of me who feels that way choose next? And that single shift changes everything. Step 5, when your inner critic pops up, acknowledge it, but don't hand it the steering wheel. At the start of the new year, our inner critic loves to make an appearance. And we all have our inner critic, and sometimes they can be helpful, but sometimes they can be not very nice as well. And if it's not being very nice, it might say, you've tried before, you won't stick to this, don't get your hopes up. And that voice isn't trying to sabotage you necessarily. It could be just trying to protect you from disappointment. So instead of fighting it, because if you try and shut it down and ignore it, it can be like that child in the supermarket that just gets louder and louder and louder because it wants the attention. So try giving it the attention by saying thank you. Thank you for speaking up. And just say, that's good, I'm actually choosing a new path. And just say, look, I've got this. Take a rest now. When that inner critic, just as that child in the supermarket, feels acknowledged rather than resisted, your confidence grows. Step 6, choose one small habit. One small habit creates more change than 12 big goals. If your 2026 feeling is calm, choose one daily grounding ritual. If it's confidence, choose one small promise that you'll actually keep. If it's energy, anchor your morning with hydration and protein. If it's clarity, add a 2-minute midday pause. Because small habits build identity, and identity motivates action. Step 7, future pace into 2026. I'll just guide you through a quick future pacing. If it's safe to do so, you can close your eyes for a minute or just soften your gaze. Imagine it's April 2026. You feel clear, grounded, and more like yourself. Just look around and notice what's changed. Notice how you show up in that image. Notice what feels easier. Hold on to that picture and allow it to go out in front of you into your future timeline. By doing this, your unconscious mind naturally begins organizing your choices towards that future version of you. This turns intention into direction, and then direction moves into action. Step 8, build support early before life gets busy again. Most people wait till they're overwhelmed before they reach out for help. And by then they're tired, stretched, and trying to pour from an empty cup. Support is most powerful when you choose it proactively, not as a rescue plan, but as a foundation. Support can look like a coach, a friend you check in with weekly, a class that keeps you moving, a community that keeps you grounded, or a structure that keeps you accountable. It doesn't have to be big or complicated. It just needs to help you stay connected to the version of yourself you're becoming. Think of it like putting a scaffolding around a building that's been renovated. It doesn't hold you up forever. It simply gives you the stability while you grow. And here's the thing, support makes change easier, faster, and more enjoyable. It gives you someone to reflect with, plan with, laugh with, adjust with, and stay aligned. In closing, a New Year reset isn't about perfection, it's about alignment. It's about choosing the version of yourself you want to grow into and taking small, grounded steps towards it. And you don't need to transform everything to transform something. You just need to begin from a place that feels like you.